How to teach English overseas. Use your native language to fund your travels all over the world. Written by Grizzly Publishing. Narrated by Ermon. Learn how to teach English overseas. The ultimate guide to getting a job teaching English around the world. The modern world is an interesting place. Despite having the technology available to travel the world both safely and effectively, the vast majority of the population are perfectly happy to work a normal 9-to-5 job. As a result, most people are highly likely to spend the bulk of their lives in the exact same town that they were born in. Sure, they may get out for a short trip away once a year, but I would barely consider this pushing the boundaries of travel. And I certainly wouldn't describe this as broadening their horizons. Hell, I don't even know if this even counts as enjoying new experiences. Now, I should note that I'm not trying to sound judgmental here. While I'm certainly not going to begrudge anyone this life if it's what genuinely makes them happy, I truly believe that there is so much more out there to experience, assuming that we have the will to do so. The world in its entirety is full of both unique and breathtaking places. Places that offer us the chance to do things we never thought possible. Places that have the most ridiculous scenery and the most incredible environments. Places that have unique and amazing cultures, all of which are sitting there, awaiting our rapid arrival. Now, this realization that the world is a huge expanse of new experiences waiting to be had was something that I found incredibly exciting. And once I graduated college, I made a conscious decision to see as much of the world as I physically could. To be honest, if possible, I wanted to see it all. I wanted to get out of my hometown. I wanted to travel. I wanted to view amazing places, and I wanted to experience, as in truly experience, other cultures. But there was a little bit of a barrier to this. I wasn't from a particularly wealthy, read quite poor, family, and it quickly came to my attention that travel was expensive. And when I say travel, I'm not merely referring to the cost of physically traveling from place to place, which is obviously quite expensive, but the additional costs of accommodation, spending money, food, clothing, and any other unforeseen events, and trust me, they do happen as well. In fact, the associated cost of long-term travel can quickly become somewhat unfathomable, no matter how affordable you think you can make it, which is why I started exploring my options a little bit further, looking for an alternative means to travel the world and gain an income at the exact same time. Something that I must admit may sound almost too good to be true to some of you. With all this in mind, it didn't take too long before I came across the concept of teaching English overseas. While this in itself is obviously quite self-explanatory, from an employment perspective, my primary role would be teaching English to foreigners as their second language. From a personal perspective, it sounded like everything I had ever dreamed of. It gave me the opportunity to completely immerse myself further in another culture, experience a completely different lifestyle, and explore new and unique landscapes. It was, in short, my dream job. Now, for the sake of complete transparency, I do have to admit that it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. While the job itself has hands down everything I ever wanted, getting it wasn't quite as simple as I would have hoped. It took quite a bit of work, jumping through a lot of hoops, and more trial and error than you could ever believe. But I did get there in the end. And I can confidently say that it was the best decision of my life. To this day, I have the pleasure of working in 12-month blocks, traveling around the world and moving from place to place. I've seen some amazing things and have no doubt I will get to see many more. And it is this dream that I wish for you, which is what truly prompted me to write this book. Without the proper knowledge, getting the opportunity to teach English overseas can be quite the challenge, something that I found out firsthand. Which is why this book outlines everything you need to know to get a job in the industry and ultimately get paid to travel. I hope by learning from both my mistakes
Sample complete. Ready to continue?